They killed his dog. They stole his car. Big mistake. John Wick 2014 isn't just a revenge story, it's a high-octane gun ballet. John Wick, played by Keanu Reeves, is a retired hitman forced back into the underworld when some punk mobsters ruin the last good thing in his life. When John comes back, he comes back armed to the teeth. It introduced us to a secret society of assassins, hello Continental Hotel, and a set of rules and world building that had us craving more. But the real stars of the show? The guns. Lots of guns. John Wick's arsenal and those of his enemies practically deserve their own credit in the film. Let's break down the firepower and see what John Wick is really packing. Heckler Koch P30L 9x19mm. John Wick's signature handgun. This is a full-size 9mm pistol, and John's P30L is extra special because it's filled with a custom compensator, a device on the barrel that reduces recoil and muzzle flip. In simple terms, it helps John shoot fast and stay on target. He doesn't just have one, he has two of these in his stash. The P30L is Wick's primary sidearm throughout the movie. He first digs them out in his basement arsenal scene. Then we see the P30L in action during the home invasion fight when assassins break into John's house. John takes them down with pinpoint shots. Later, he carries the P30L into the famous Red Circle nightclub shootout. In the club's bathhouse and dance floor mayhem, John's popping off headshots left and right with his pistol until it runs dry. When one P30L runs empty, what does John do? Naturally, he switches to a backup gun. We'll get to that next. At the film's climax at the docks, he's still using the P30L to great effect until it's tossed aside for a final hand-to-hand brawl with the boss. Fun fact, the P30L's appearance in John Wick boosted that gun's popularity in real life. Gun stores had folks coming in asking for the John Wick gun. Keanu made it look that good. Glock 26 9x19mm. This is John's compact backup pistol. The Glock 26 is a smaller 9mm handgun, easy to conceal but still packs a punch. John keeps two of these in his hidden arsenal as well. In the movie, we see Wick transition to the Glock 26 during the Red Circle shootout. Picture this. John's clearing out bad guys in the club, his P30L runs empty, and he smoothly draws the Glock 26 from an ankle holster, or from his back, wherever he stashed it, and continues the carnage without missing a beat. He uses it to take down a few more henchmen in the bathhouse area. The Glock 26 basically says, even if you make John drop his main gun, he's never unarmed. It's reliable, it's quick, and in John's hands, a 9mm pill from a Glock 26 is just as effective from any full-size gun. Short on barrel length, but not short on results. Coharie Arms CA-415, 5.56x45mm. John isn't limited to pistols. When things get heavy, he brings out the big guns. In the bottom of his weapons case, he's got a rifle, the Coharie Arms CA-415. This is basically an American-made clone of the famous Heckler Koch HK-416 assault rifle. It's a carbine that fires 5.56 NATO rifle rounds. John's CA-415 in the film has a shortened barrel for close-quarter fights, a vertical foregrip for stability, and an EO-Tech holographic sight on top for quick target acquisition, because aiming down iron sights is too slow when you're the Baba Yaga. He also uses Magpul PMag magazines, with it 30-round mags, and he seems to magically squeeze out a few more shots, but hey, we'll forgive a little movie magic. We first catch a glimpse of his rifle when John gears up for the Red Circle mission. It's seen in his bag, but the big moment for the CA-415 comes later during the assault on Viggo's church. John pulls this rifle out to light up the bad guys guarding Viggo's secret stash. In the church shootout and the subsequent battle in the parking lot, Wick goes to town with the CA-415 mowing down thugs with swift, controlled bursts. The rifle gives him range and punch that his handguns don't, and he uses it expertly, switching to his pistol only when their rifles run dry. By the time he's done, Viggo's men are either dead, running, or wishing they had a different day job. John's stash under the floor isn't just guns. He's got some other fun goodies to show how prepared and dangerous he is. We saw 4 incendiary grenades in there, identified as AN-M14 incendiary grenades, basically small devices that spew fire, often used to destroy evidence or, say, a crime boss's secret cache. John indeed uses these later on. After shooting up Viggo's church stash, he tosses these grenades and whoosh, the place goes up in flames. Nothing says I'm done with you like burning your enemy's money and goods. The case also holds a Microtech UTX-70 automatic knife and a K-bar combat knife, Tonto tip. John is an assassin who likes to keep his options open. Bullets or blades, use whatever gets the job done. He doesn't actually use the knives in the first movie, not in major scenes at least, but it's just cool to know he had them. It's like seeing Batman's utility belt. You just know he's ready for anything. And by the way, John is resourceful. He doesn't only stick to his own guns. Throughout the film, he'll pick up weapons from fallen enemies without hesitation. If it shoots and the other guy isn't using it anymore, John Wick is about to recycle it in the most violent way possible. We'll talk about some of those as we go through the rest of the guns seen in the movie. The bad guys and their firepower. It wouldn't be a John Wick movie without a small army of henchmen on the receiving end of Baba Yaga's wrath. Viggo Tarasov, Michael Nyqvist, is the big boss, and his crew of mobsters bring a whole arsenal of their own. Let's look at what the bad guys are packing. Viggo Josef Kirill, the fancy Glock crew. The head honchos in Viggo's circles don't carry plain Jane guns. Viggo, his idiot son Josef, Alfie Allen, the guy who started all this by hurting John's dog, and Viggo's top henchman Kirill, Daniel Bernhardt, all favor a customized piece. Salient Arms International Glock 17 Tier 1. That's a mouthful, so let's break it down. The Glock 17 is a 9mm full-size pistol. Rugged, reliable, used by police and military worldwide. Salient Arms International SAI is a company that takes regular guns and turns them into high-end custom works of art and efficiency. The SAI Tier 1 Glock 17 has tons of upgrades. A tuned trigger for a lighter, crisper pull, custom slide cuts and serrations, both for style and to reduce weight so the slide cycles faster, enhanced grip stippling, and an extended magazine well for better handling and faster reloads. And the most flashy feature, a gold titanium nitride-coated fluted barrel that you can see through the slide cuts. Yes, the bad guys have gold barrels on their Glocks. It's blingy and badass. These pistols are basically the Ferrari of Glocks. They shoot flatter, cycle faster, and look cool doing it. In the film, Josef has his Salient Glock with him during the Red Circle Club sequence. When he realizes John is slaughtering his way through the club, Josef tries to make a run for it, gun in hand, panicking. Kirill, the head of security, also uses an SAI Glock in the club shootout, trading fire with John and later fighting him hand-to-hand. Kirill is seen reloading his Glock during the parking lot shootout as well. Even he respects the reload rule. Near the end of the movie, before the final fight at the dock, Viggo Tarasov himself hands his fancy Glock to his right-hand man Avi, Dean Winters, basically saying good luck. Spoiler, it didn't help Avi much. These elite 9mm handguns in the hands of Viggo's elite still weren't enough. John Wick plows through them, but it's a nice touch that the top-tier bad guys had top-tier guns. Standard issue Glock 17 9mm. Not everyone in Viggo's crew gets a customized pistol. The rank-and-file henchmen are mostly wielding regular Glock 17s, and there are tons of them. In fact, if you see a nameless mob goon in John Wick, odds are he's holding a Glock 17. During the home invasion scene, the hit squad that invades John's house all come equipped with suppressed Glock 17s, each with a tactical flashlight mounted under the barrel. They creep through the house with these, looking all tactical, until John gives them a lesson in real tactics. In the Red Circle Club, many of Josef's security guards also use Glock 17s when they confront John. Unsuppressed in the Loud Club environment, when John later hits Viggo's stash at the church, two of Viggo's henchmen guarding the vault pull out Glock 17s. Not that it saved them. Even the Continental Hotel's own security guards carry suppressed Glock 17s. Remember the scene when they have to enforce the rules on Miss Perkins? They all draw their silencered Glocks on her in a heartbeat. So basically, Glock 17 is the NPC weapon of choice in John Wick. They're everywhere and they're popular for a good reason. Glocks are extremely reliable, simple, and have a high ammo capacity, 17 plus 1 rounds. John just makes sure none of these guys get to empty a full mag in his direction. Glock 19 9mm. Alongside all these full-size Glocks, there are a few compact Glock 19 pistols in the mix. The Glock 19 is basically the Glock 17's slightly shorter little brother, standard issue for many, including some real-world CIA and military folks who want something a tad smaller. In the movie, some of Viggo's henchmen carry Glock 19s, particularly in the latter half. You can spot a Glock 19 in the chaos of the parking lot shootout and other scenes. A notable moment, Marcus, our sharpshooting friend, actually grabs a fallen bad guy's Glock 19 at one point. When Viggo's men come after Marcus, he manages to take one out, snatch the guy's Glock 19 and use it to defend himself, albeit briefly before things go south. So even Marcus ends up wielding a Glock 19. For henchmen, the difference between the 17 and 19 probably doesn't matter much. They both go bang. But it's cool detail that the filmmakers mixed up the models a bit to reflect reality. Not every gangster has exactly the same gun.